What's going on, y'all? So listen.
What's going on, y'all? So we are back again for another episode review of Games People Play. Shout out to the whole cast and crew, and the writing staff, okay? Bitch, let me tell you something. You gotta make connections, all right? It is what it is. I just gotta put that out there. I'm happy for that. But moving on from that, let me tell you something. This show is cute. Listen, I was at the library and did not go look up the books. Somebody remind me to look them goddamn books up because I need to read the books too. Um, this is episode 3, season 1, The Drinks of Kings. Listen, everybody in this episode had me fucked up because of different reasons. Like people were really doing dumb stuff. And I'm just sitting here like, girl, you gonna get your ass fucked up in so many different ways. Okay, let's just get to it. Let's just start with Vanessa and Marcus King's storyline. Okay, they really didn't have much going on. Vanessa and Nia, they made up whatever. Vanessa was the one who leaked the whole thing and scooped them. Okay, because Nia was sitting in her office with Kendall and was just thinking about how it is that she's gonna save her job. He like, girl, this the pay period. You ain't finna get fired. She was like, you do know if I get fired, you go too. He was like, yeah, but it is what it is. People get scooped all the time. It was like, but when it finds out, when it comes out that Nia got scooped by her own friend, it's making even worse. And then her boss come in there talking about something. So you didn't tell me that you knew Vanessa. Y'all was like line sisters and all that stuff. And so she gotta save her job. She goes over there talking to Vanessa. They thinking that they both was gonna be pissed off at each other, but they wasn't. Because they were both put up in messed up predicaments. Okay, either somebody was gonna get hurt either way. If they would have ran the story, Vanessa would have got hurt. Nia probably would have lost her friendship or whatever. But Vanessa was looking out for herself, and she could have cost her friend her job. So it's good that they strong enough friendship that they understood each other and they did not get pissed off at each other. But everybody is so concerned about this Kalindra. What's her name? Kalinda, the cheerleader they found her ass dead, right? So the cop, he over there working on the case. He done found the fucking what is it? The damn telephone records, and Marcus King's number keep coming up. I said his name is Marcus, but y'all spell it almost like Marquise. I said, bitch, black folks will tell you and take a fucking name and just take it and spell it 15 different ways. Okay, bitch, what happened to the traditional Marcus? Okay, I seen Ques. I said that's Marquise. That's how we used to spell Marquise. So is his name Marquise or Marcus? It's Marcus, okay? We're gonna say Marcus. That's what it is. But I was sitting here like, bruh, you are so dumb. You really gave this bitch your whole ass real number that's registered. You go talk to. I said, Marcus can't cheat right. You get caught every fucking time, and then you give the bitch the whole real number, bitch. Give her a burner number, okay? Go to fucking Walmart. Go to CVS. Go to Walgreens, bitch. No matter how cheap you are, just go to somewhere else and get you a track phone that you gotta add minutes to, okay? You ain't gotta register them bitches like that. What is your problem? Bitch, I ain't no cheater, but girl, I know this shit not to get fucking caught up like this so quick. I said, this nigga is dumb. And then him and Kareem, they over there talking. I hope I'm saying his name right. Jackie Long character, his friend. They at the crib talking or whatever about the whole situation that happened with Jamal, the dude that was trying to hustle money out of them, and saying that he going on to a next victim. He was like, what fucked him up was you said that you got jumped, but yet you still got that $40,000 watch on that they gave you. Cause you messed yourself up. You messed up your own hustle. So he moved on to a whole new person, and then the conversation gets off of Jamal, gets off of that. Mark is talking about something. I don't owe nobody nothing. The only person that had my back was you, and you the only person that I had their back and that's what it is. Okay, so that we established that loyalty. I really hope I really hope by the time this show over with, this season over with, it do not come out that his friend is playing him and his friend probably had something to do with this cheerleading dad, and then they trying to put it on them. Bitch, because that's gonna be the betrayal of a fucking lifetime, okay? When your homie that you grew up with, okay, you think got your back, you got their back, and you will do anything for them, fuck around and fuck you over like this off some jealousy, envious type shit, girl, because you know his career ain't nowhere. They made sure to tell us that again this episode. But they sitting there in the theater room talking about something. Do you think Vanessa did it? I said, wait a minute. So y'all really just finna sit here and ask, is the wife did it? I don't know, but I ain't finna ask her. You ask her. No, I don't ask her because she don't like you and all that stuff. I said, what? Mind you, Nia and Vanessa sitting outside talking about the whole thing. You know, she needs to know which direction the police going with this investigation and all this stuff. So she want Nia to hit up her ex Terrence. I said, no, bitch, don't do it, Nia. The exes always get you in trouble. And then when the ex is cute, her than the one that you with now, girl, no. And it didn't look like they ended on bad terms either, okay? It looked like one of them things where I had to move away and we weren't finna carry on no long distance relationship type of thing. Not saying I ain't still have feelings for you or whatever, or I wasn't in love with you or whatever. It's just the distance wasn't gonna work. Girl, mind you, Nia was in the tub talking to Erica boo thing, and they had a little spat because he was like, that's the reason why I'm still out here, just in case you fall flat on your ass out there. She was like, oh, so you just didn't have no faith in me that I was gonna get this shit done or whatever. You know what? Click. I said, damn, Eric, I know you trying to comfort your girl, but you gotta think before you speak, okay? It may seem one way in your mind, but then you gotta form those words and you have to think about that shit before it come out. You may not have meant that, but listen to what it sound like, okay? Girl, he was like, damn, Nia go talk to Terrence. Terrence come in, deep voiced and all that. Hey, Nia, how you doing? I ain't seen you in a while. How's LA teaching you? I said, bitch, Nia, don't keep your legs closed, okay? As soon as I heard that voice, I said, Nia, keep your legs closed. All right, because clink, clink. Because if I was that way, it would have got me. It would have got. Oh, I mean, hey, Terrence. I mean, LA cute and all. I mean, it's going good. How you been? I mean, you looking with your little bald head. It's shiny too. Bitch, it would have got me. It would have got me. As soon as he would have opened up his mouth, I would have been like, so why did we break up? Oh shit, I do got a man, but he ain't here right now. So this just me and you. Why we break up? Cause you looking like, you know what I'm saying? Girl, I said, Nia, you are in trouble. Everybody was putting themselves in predicaments to get fucked up in this episode. But I'm just sitting here like, y'all just not making the best decisions, okay? But she talking to him about, being somebody that can be eyes on the investigation and help them out. And so because he's friends with and cool with Nia, he's gonna be cool with Vanessa. They sitting there that whole time talking. Eric calls Nia. Nia does not answer. She was about to go, but then she said, you know what, I can stay here for another drink or whatever. You can get whatever you want. I said, girl, don't open up the tab for him. He's supposed to open up the tab for you, girl. What's going on? I said, whoo, Nia, keep them legs closed, all right? Shop is closed, okay? I know it's been a minute. It's been a minute. You tired of that virtual fucking. You want some real fucking and all that shit. Girl, stop it, okay? Stop it, because I can see what this is leading to. Moving on from that. Speaking of Kareem. Is it Kareem or Kadeem? God damn it, bitch. Jackie character. He go over there to his mama house. You go into his mama house. She has basically a shrine to him of all his awards and everything that he won. And she knows the boy's parents, who Jamal's supposed to be talking to. And, he got an ex-girlfriend that keep looking for him and all that stuff. He goes down there to talk to old boy, and then Jamal pops up trying to be all pissed off. Oh, what you doing and all this stuff. And they had to put his ass on Front Street, and then the ex-girlfriend pop up and was like, you's a motherfucking bitch. I said, what was her name in Insecure? The loudmouth one at Molly Job. Bitch, I said ever since I seen you on Insecure, I've been seeing her on here, there, and everywhere. You better get them acting jobs. I know that's the fuck right. And they basically tag team and double team Jamal, and Lewis was sitting there like, listen, I ain't trying to be with you. Ain't nobody owning me or whatever. I just need some time to think. Jamal know he fucked up. And it was like, you tried to get him this deal or whatever. Look at him. He left with nothing. He raggedy as shit at this point. I said, damn, girl, you ain't had to read his life like that. So Jamal left. Lewis left. Next thing you know, them two flirting. The girl and Jackie, they flirt. Next thing you know, she said she got her car. He said, girl, if you don't get your ass in this car. Okay. Bitch, next thing you know, that car rocking. I said, you know what? Get it in, okay? Get it the fuck in. And I hope y'all strap that shit up because she gave him the ride of his life, okay? I said, talk about blowing somebody's brains out. Bitch, brains. Like, god damn, motherfucker couldn't take it. I said, you know what? That's some good shit. You ain't had it in a minute. You just didn't know how to fucking act, all right? She said, I'm gonna give you something to remember me by, okay? Because I don't know when the next time it's gonna happen, but bitch, you gonna remember. And it was like, all right. Moving on from that, this whole counseling session with Vanessa and Marcus was getting on my nerves. Okay, it was getting on my nerves because it was full of bullshit. Marcus was saying the typical things that niggas or people in general, whether man or female, has said when they cheated. And they ain't shit. Trying to, be on the up and up, trying to get their family back, quote unquote. She started out talking about something. I can smile at this and I can smile at that at the drop of the dime. And it's just like, at this point, I don't understand why I can't smile. I said, bitch, because you not happy, girl. You are forcing yourself to stay in a relationship for image purposes. You may love that man and you're probably still up in love with him. But bitch, you need to let him go. Let it go, sis. Frozen said, let it go. Frozen 2 coming out. And I seen that fucking trailer. And I said, girl, I really wasn't sold until I seen the trailer. I just might go see it because I was tired of Frozen. I ain't get the big wolf. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, girl, I was just sitting here like, why are we going through counseling when this shit is going through one end out the other? You're not going to leave him. You're going to put up with all his bullshit. You have not reached your limit of the shit that you can take. Okay? Because how many women do he have to cheat on you with? How many times? And it seemed almost as if the pastor, whoever it was trying to give excuses too, and it was leaning more so to Marcus. Yeah, I know he cheated, but you still gotta be there for him and all this stuff. That's what it seemed like. And I'm like, why don't you tell him to keep his dick in his pants, okay? Why don't you tell him to honor his vows, okay? Why don't you tell him to do that? Do right by his family, because he's not doing right by his family. Not spiritual, not emotionally, not psychologically either. Financially, yeah, but any other area, no, okay? Why are you telling that? Then when he comes talk about the pressure that he's under. Yeah, I'm under a lot of pressure, okay? I'm up in the game, and if I don't play right, people looking at me like, damn, am I really good? Or did they make a mistake with me? Then I gotta do this at home, and I gotta do that. I said, bitch, that's fucking life, okay? Grow the fuck up. You want a cookie for that shit, bitch? Okay? I'm sitting here like, is he about to start crying? Girl, you better suck them tears up if you was. That boy shook a little bit. I said, you better unshake that shit, okay? And you better stop it, okay? Because you sitting here feeding her some bullshit. And it worked. Because she was looking like, I ain't never heard him talk like this before. And then gonna reach over there to him. I'm sorry, baby. I said, Vanessa, you two light skins got me fucked up. Y'all are making us look bad, okay? I said, listen here, girl. Stop it. He's got to do it again. And sure fucking enough, he said, I'm going to do better. I got to do better. That's probably what you said the last time you did it. And the time before that. And the time before that, bitch. Okay? And you want to know whose storyline that really pisses me off? Because it is so fucking true today. Layla's storyline is pissing me off. Lil Katie, Lil Parker McKenna, listen, that shit, girl, she is playing this part. And it is so real as to how these girls, and not just girls, people in general, uses social media. And this generation in particular has become all about likes, all about retweets, all about, how many views I've gotten or whatever. things of that such, so that they can be seen. They don't want to go the traditional route and get them an actual job, a 9 to 5, or something that's going to lead them into a real career, or whatever, a sustainable career. No, they want that instant fame. They want to be booked for this and just look pretty, use their looks and all that stuff, and they just want to be insta famous and all that stuff. That's what they want. They want that type of exposure. They want shit to come easy, because that is her whole thing. She wants all this stuff. She's doing all this stuff so she can get likes and she can get her profile up on social media. That's why she's doing all this stuff. And it is sad, because it happens all the time. People will sell themselves just to do stupid shit and to get a few hundred likes or whatever, just to get this person to view them, just to get a blue check or whatever. We see it all the time. And sometimes that shit work, and sometimes it work to a certain point, and then you lose it all. Girl, this girl will do anything and don't realize the problem, the issues, and the trouble that she can get herself into. Okay? And she was on a video shoot, bitch. She on a video shoot with this other girl named Natasha, right? They just met each other. Okay? And this is a video shoot that just so happened they both got the same manager working with the same chick, Roxanne. Roxanne is the pimp. We ain't call her no pimp, but let's just say that's what she is. She control this situation. Put them here, put them there. And she was telling the girl, come on, put a little bit of bounce in it. I said, girl, she ain't got no ass to bounce right about now, okay? That's why she couldn't do it. She was like, so I just dribble it. It's like it's all up in the hips, it's all in the back. I said, girl, you see that ass shaking? Of course it's in the back, okay? Even with your little case, you could do something. Stop playing. And so she was talking about how they need to make some more money, and it's this little gig that they need to go to. I said, first of all, you got me fucked up right here. I don't know what part of the tracks Layla and Natasha is from, but Layla was too trusting of this girl, okay? And Natasha was too trusting of her too. Bitch, I just met you. I don't know you, so therefore I'm not going anywhere with you, okay? We just met. I'm not about to do that shit, bitch. No, get to know me. Like, take me out to dinner or some shit like that. You want to go through a drive-through, bitch? Hell yeah. You want to come over to the... Yeah, can we meet in public so we can talk and all this stuff? Let's go on a friend day, bitch. Like, come on. No, we ain't finna just go out like that. I don't know what type of situation, because in this day and age, these people be setting motherfuckers up. You just don't know. I'm sitting here like, is Natasha finna set this girl up and get her in some trouble? Girl, it almost went that way. It was looking that way at first, and then I realized who they had as the manager. They both shared the same person. I said, girl, she's setting y'all up. Okay? Sure enough. They wind up going to this gig that another chick had dropped out, and they all the way in Nevada. It was like this, it was a hotel or a penthouse, type of situation. And they up in there, and we see a lot of men. We see some dudes in there doing cocaine. We see a lot of girls and stuff, and they all girls all over the dudes or whatever. They just sit down, and it's one guy, black guy, which we realized was an African guy, because when one dude came over, he started talking. He had all of them had accents and stuff. I said, and he just kept looking at Lil Layla, and I was getting worried. Because he looked like the type, I get what I want no matter how I get it, bitch, but I'm gonna get it. Whether I gotta take it or you give it. He looked like that type, and I ain't want to judge, but that's the feeling that he was giving me. Until she said he keep on looking over here at me, and he just giving me this creepy vibe. I said, okay, so we on the same page here. They sitting there that whole time, ain't doing nothing. They just sitting there looking cute. I said, you ain't talking about nobody. You ain't talking to nobody. Y'all just, sitting there for 6 hours. Bitch, she said, how long we got? Are we supposed to be here for 6 hours? We got 45 more minutes. I said, bitch, you would have left. Okay, dock me that 45 minutes and let me get the fuck up out of here, because this ain't serving me no purpose, bitch. Then, dude go over there talking to him. He come over there talking to them. My boss said he really likes you. Okay. He about to go, but when he come back, he wants you back in the back. I said, hold up. He wants you to welcome him back. She said, hold up, this ain't that type of party. I just came here to dance, okay? I just came here to sit here and look pretty. I ain't no prostitute. I ain't fucking nobody. That wasn't part of the deal. Well, that's not what your boss... Nope, but I told my boss that this is what I'm doing. I said, Layla, you better put your fucking foot down. And he was like, let me go talk to my man before. He go over there and he said whatever he said to him. He gets up. All of them walk past her. I said, and they was eyeing her down like, ain't this about a bitch? I said, oh, bitch, please do not say they finna run a train on this girl. Because it looked like it. It looked like it. They look mad. They look mad. Okay? And it looked like they probably would have got into some situation if she would have said yes, that they probably would have run the train on her anyway. That's the vibe that they was giving me. But they wound up staying there because they left. They left and didn't come back. Okay? They wound up, the girl stayed there. She going through their stuff and all that stuff, ordering 4 cases of the finest champagne, and drove the fuck off with their shit. They tracking her ass, okay? She trying to get likes and stuff. She posting it. She want to sell the champagne, all this stuff. She put it on Instagram. And this is one of those things where it also goes into play with, in this generation, what's going on right now with social media. Everybody don't like to live in the moment. They have to post and put where they at constantly, okay? And she's putting her location, what she's doing, every move is on Instagram, and she's getting herself fucked up, okay? Because meanwhile, while she posting about her life and all this stuff, and this champagne, she on the phone texting Marcus when she get back to the crib, talking about some what's up and all this stuff. He was like, listen, I can't text you no more. I'm married. I love my wife. She said, bitch, I don't want you. I just want you to buy these cases of champagne. And that's it. And you will, because, and then I said, because what? Because what? This fool gonna text back and say, alright, but after this, we done. I said, bitch, so you mean to tell me you ain't blocked this whole number yet? You are so dumb, Marcus. You should never answer the freaking thing. All right, at this point, bitch, she posted something about how, when you wake up in your life, it's just like, blah, you know what I'm saying? And then all of a sudden, it turns it around, and you just have a lit-ass night. Like, bitch, that's what's going on right about now, okay? And when she told them Africans, she told them her real name and her fucking handle on Instagram. I said, oh my God, why are you doing this? At least the girl Natasha, she had aliases, okay? Bitch, you need to have aliases too, okay? Girl, if you gonna do this shit, y'all need to have me on here, because listen, I peep the game, girl. I tell you how to do this shit, okay? But girl, she was making me mad. She posted that post, and then she was like, her phone started buzzing and everything, so she looked at it, and there's a lot of comments or whatever. Oh my God, they like me. I said, bitch, are you serious? And then in one of the comments, 2 of the comments, they was like, we know who you are. You got some shit that don't belong to you. Girl, them Africans done found her ass. They know who she is. And I think they done took more than, did she take the card? That car wasn't theirs either. I got a feeling like it's more about the alcohol. She got something other than the alcohol, and it's of importance, like probably some drugs and some other shit, some money too. That probably was in that car. I didn't know. Girl, it's just a mess. Y'all tell me how y'all felt about this episode. This show, I'm really liking it. I hope BT does it right and bring it back for a second season if we need one, because this is cute. This is cute. Listen, they bringing back the stories. This feel like soap operas and stuff like that. I like it. You got Half and Half Nots. You got If Loving You Was Wrong. On got Ambitions coming, bitch. Like, y'all doing the damn thing with this black television. I'm liking this shit, bitch. Y'all tell me how y'all feel about it, and I will see y'all later. Peace.